Alright, good evening YouTube. I thought I'd make like a different type of video. This just kind of more like, I'll make this off the cuff, so I gotta be more coherent and have more clarity. But let me get to the point. It's a social observation video. I'm making a video talking about things I've been noticing lately in society and things I'm kind of scared about. I'm gonna make two big main points in this video, and it's gonna be about people having identities and people associating themselves with certain tags and things and things they associate themselves with, and I'm going to get into that right now. Now we see the rise of communities I see on my college campus. ADHD support group communities, or African American communities, or Hispanic Latino X communities, or even such things as LGBTQIA, LGBTQRS, LMNOP, whatever V communities. In addition, am seeing things such as pronouns. That's been a thing. He, she, whatever, they, them. And I now see all these things that are basically connected to how people belong in the world and how people want to showcase themselves and look to the world. And what this is because of a rise in a liquidation of community, family, and religion in modern society. Because no one goes to church, no one really has an actual community that they hang out with, or a friend group, or an actual nuclear family or normal family anymore. Most people see their friends on Xbox or people on the internet more often than they do their own parents. People live in a very artificial way, and typically people find belonging in a community when they share something that other people have in common. When they I'm this, and we work towards a common goal. And when people can contribute towards something and they feel valued, basically they feel valued because when they contribute towards something, they improve that, and they themselves benefit from improving whatever community they're in. However, because we no longer have that, we have communities that are generated off of things that are entirely kind of not beneficial to society in a way. For example, there's a lot of trauma, domestic violence, or X amount of trauma support groups. Now, the only thing that connects these people together is trauma. And what that does is, all it does is it just allows people to dwell on their trauma and perhaps find solace in speaking to other people about the things that they've been through. But calling yourself a trauma survivor is simply a tag that you have to make yourself more distinguished. It's not an actual community that you can contribute to. There's no contribution to a trauma community. There's no contribution to an LGBTQ community. But there is a contribution to a church. There is a contribution to a job you work out. There is a contribution to, perhaps a collective, a football team, a soccer team that you play for, where you work towards a goal, even if it's just a junior league or whatever it is. However, people create or make themselves so unique and make themselves such unique snowflakes because everyone wants to be so special, because there is no community anymore. And one of the big reasons for that is because we are living in squalor. We are living in some of the best times in human history, in that the poorest of men lives probably better than a king 200 years ago. I mean, in my college campus, there's a couple of homeless guys I see, a bunch of homeless people actually. And I see sometimes with a nice winter coat, well, not nice, just a winter coat, or maybe even eating food with some boots on. I swear, if you probably went 100 years ago and you showed a winter coat to a group of Inuits in the Arctic or wherever they are, that would be the most valuable thing they could own. That thing would be invaluable to them. Yet the poorest man on earth, like a heroin addict on the side of the street, is wearing a winter coat. And that's not even talking about the average person, the amount of luxuries we have. And so because we live in such luxury and we have no great enemy, there is no great affliction. The last great affliction was COVID-19, and that was 5 years ago. Because there is nothing to fight against, there is no purpose. We as people cannot find value in ourselves and thereby cannot add to society. We subconsciously see that we are kind of worthless, that we don't make a change. And because of that, we compensate by trying to make ourselves more unique and providing excuses as to why we are the way we are, because, oh, we have ADHD or anxiety or depression or whatever it may be. We, as a society, are joining communities that are simply based off of things that simply bring other people down, that do not bring other people up, and that are not even real communities. Half the time these communities are online, and they're purely selfish. People join these communities to help themselves, not really help other people. And it's very sad to see this happen. And now, I know I'm probably going to make a lot of people angry in this video, but please do stay with me, because I'm going to talk about something now that I don't think anyone can dispute. And it's really funny, too. It's, what I'm noticing is a meme. It's mogging, look maxing, what else? Mewing. The funny thing is, mogging is actually from 2017. It's not that new. It's like a thing started in bodybuilding circles, where there's like a meme where it's like a picture of like a bunch of people in a party, and there's one dude by the doorway in a corner wearing a hoodie, and he's like, they don't, and it's a caption saying, they don't know that I could mog them. And I remember seeing that, and I kind of understood it, and it's basically kind of like this guy has like an IFBB level physique or something like that, and he could absolutely trump them. That's basically like what mogging is, like trumping everyone else. But in that meme, no one knows that. But mogging nowadays is like walking in a room, being the most attractive person, the tallest person, the most jacked dude. And it's kind of funny, and it's kind of stupid at the same time. But from a macroscopic scale, the reason why I see people doing this, looks maxing, and mewing, is because they're trying to, look more attractive and get a better jawline or whatever it is, and look more attractive to other people, so that, they can be valued. Because they know subconsciously they didn't add any value to society. So the only way they can add value to society is by being eye candy. And people realize that this world is so incredibly hard in that trying to find value, because I gotta stop stumbling on my words. What I mean is that the reason why people are look maxing, the reason why people are doing all these things, is because we are trying to distinguish ourselves from other people. We are being entirely selfish, and we are trying to basically say, hey, I'm going to work on myself. That's the whole self-improvement thing. Self-improvement is actually, to be honest, like I made a private video about this, but it's actually like not a very conducive thing, because all self-improvement is about yourself. It has nothing to do with how can you become a better person, help your community, or how can you be a better person, help your family, or how can you be a better person that follows your religion, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, whatever it may be. It's just all about how can you be a better person to make more money. That's where all these Andrew Tate guys come from. That's where all these other proponents of Hormozy and all these guys. And don't get me wrong, I like Hormozy, I like guys like this, but all this is in trying to better yourself is for yourself. It does nothing to help society, and society is not a collection of people who are working on themselves to accomplish their own goals. Society should be a group of people that work together and that put aside their differences and find belonging and connection together, that work together towards a common goal to make life better for everyone else, and to make society and make this world, and to take advantage of whatever there is in this world to improve human life and existence and to propagate human life and human life. But that's not what we're doing now. And it's connected also to our consumption, our addiction to fast food and short form content, because the thing is that fast food does not take a long time to make. It's quick. You literally show up and drive through and you get your food. Cooking eggs or whatever, chicken in your own house takes a lot longer. But you realize that it's very pernicious for you. Everyone knows this, that fast food will kill you, and it's very detrimental to your health. And it's just full of empty calories. That's the same thing with TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. It's kind of like, every time you scroll, it's the same thing as you eating a graham cracker. It's like carbs with empty calories that are just so horrible and pernicious for you. And you kind of know it's bad. You don't get anything out of these videos, but you just keep watching them because you're so bored, and because, you don't want to put any investment into watching an actual informative video, or perhaps even, I don't know, maybe even reading a book. And so people aren't willing to do that anymore. And because we've conditioned ourselves to have such short-term attention spans, we realize subconsciously that in order to become important in this world, we need to appeal to other people's short-term attention spans. So instead of working on trying to, which is what people would have done 50 years ago, just 50 years ago, if they wanted to looks max, they would have, instead of looks max, they would have character maxed. Maybe get a better job that pays more. That's one of the biggest things that people would do. Maybe have better character. Maybe work harder. Maybe become a better person. Maybe show yourself prove to other people around you that you'd probably be a good man or woman or husband or wife, or that you have better etiquette, or that you're more well mannered, or that you're well educated. That's what people would have done back then to make themselves more valuable to other people, because people really, at the end of the day, your interactions with people has nothing to do with your cantle tilt or your jawline or whatever. It comes to how you interact with them. Are you nice to them? Can you help them, and can they help you, and can you guys work together? That's what people should be looking for. But nowadays, because we have such short attention spans, all we're looking for is all people are trying to do is just trying to make themselves look more attractive at face value, to make themselves better at a superficial level, so that people value them, and so that they find value in society, and so that they can trump other people. That because they want to be other people, we all want to be more selfish, and so that we can be better than everyone else and say, oh ha ha, I'm so haughty, I'm so great, I am mogging you. And at the end of the day, despite the fact that you may be mogging someone, you're still very sad and depressed and lonely, because you have no community, and because you don't contribute to anything, and because your life is really worthless, because you will leave no legacy. You look maxing is doing nothing. And it's a really sad thing to see, but it's so true, and it's just such a meme, really. But it's like people actually do this. I went on a YouTube rabbit hole, which is what inspired me to make this video, of like look maxing and like PSL gods, or whatever this name is, and how like people talk about how if you're just so good looking, your life is made out for you, which is true. Being good looking definitely does make your life better, and I think it is sad that we live in such a cutthroat society now, where it's so hard to make it these days and to achieve greatness, where hard work doesn't really matter. Character doesn't really matter these days. It's more so just about like how you look, and that's what people care about nowadays, because we have such transactional relationships and everything. I think people have realized that, and that's why they've resorted to this look maxing thing. Anyways, though, I don't want to make this video crazy long. I really hope I don't really care if I offended people. They probably love this video at this point, but probably one of the only videos I'm gonna make like this. Anyways, YouTube, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please do leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and hopefully we can try to get out of this 2024 and go into 2025 and improve ourselves and improve things that are actually worthwhile, and try to become better people instead of trying to just look max. Anyways, goodbye, YouTube.